Hey everyone, I'm Jinxie Moonchild, and here to give you your weekly energy reading. This week I want to use my new deck and basically call it like a divine energy reading. Oh gosh, so much has happened. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed and liked my videos. It really means a lot to me to show that you show support. I want to thank you for the readings as well. It's also been an extreme pleasure to be able to guide and help people through just, anything that revolves around spiritual answers. It seems like there's so many different readers out there, and there's different types. So you've got regular energy readers, and you have your astrologers and numerologists and things like that, and then you also have like twin flame readers and stuff. I do feel that I know that I am a twin flame. But I'm not a twin flame healer. I can recognize the energy, and I can do so much as that. But I feel like just ever since I could remember, I was just a general healer and reader. I guess if I identify what type of a type of flame, twin flame that I am, I would have to say that I'm a red ray twin flame, which is, from what I understand it to be, does its healing through performances. And I mean, there are healers who are red flames. I believe I'm one of them because I'm the divine women energy. And then you have your entertainers, which is also something that comes very natural to me. And if you see my channel, you know that I'm a drag king. So I perform as a man, as a male impersonator, for entertainment. And a lot of the times my art is expressed through that, through political issues, just for fun, just things like that. So it's kind of fun. That's just me in a nutshell. I guess I wanted to get that out there. So yesterday was the lunar eclipse, and oh my gosh, the energy that was coming from that was just very interesting, is about as close to describing it as I can. I had my troupe, my drag king troupe, Boys of Austin. We had a performance in San Antonio for San Antonio Burlesque Fest. And it was, I had requested time off to go down there because I was to the understanding that I had to be there at 2:30. So I showed up there, and I did not need to be there until 5:30. So I found myself kind of just like there. And I wasn't and usually I usually travel with somebody, but I traveled by myself this time, which doesn't happen very often. And so I'm showing up there, and I'm recognizing all the butterflies in Texas right now. There's like this massive butterfly migration. I'm assuming they are going towards Mexico because of the colder weather that's coming right now. And so it was just really beautiful to see that. And around 2 o'clock, which was around the time of the lunar eclipse, the energy just seemed to be like kicking up. So like I said, I found myself kind of just stuck there for a little bit before I had to go to call time. And so I decided, well, I'm gonna go and see my grandparents, and which was probably the best thing I could probably do for myself. Anybody who's known me like very well knows that I have a very like love-hate relationship with San Antonio. I'm from there. But, I've also had some very bad experiences there. Uh, to put it in a nutshell, it's like I was born there. I have a lot of really great memories there, but like I said, I'm not gonna get into it. I guess Spirit is telling me not to. I'm purging that. So that was the whole point of me being out there so early, is that I needed to purge this negative energy that I had for this city. So I went to go to my grandmother's house, and my grandparents were like very happy to see me, my grandfather especially. It was a surprise, so it was really nice. They're so active, so I really don't know, and I know that there's parts of my family that don't support me. So, but my grandparents have always been very supportive of me. Um, and I think at their age, they're realizing that holding grudges and things like that is just bullshit, and you don't have very much time on this earth to be concentrating on things like that. So I feel like they get that. So it was just really interesting. It was awesome because I felt like I had a lot of time to spend with them. I spent a few hours with them and just talking about everything, my kids, what I was doing out there, where I was working, my broken ankle. Like I was like giving them the rundown of everything that's happened in the past few years. But it was really good just to get out there and see them. They brought me home some art. They gave me some art and things like that, and I just left their house like with just the most amazing feeling, like of love and acceptance, and just it was good. It was really good, and I felt like I needed to do that. Was driving around the city as well and seeing how much things has changed out there, and I really noticed that there's a really big improvement in that city. So I was recognizing that, and I was very happy about that. So yeah. It helped me to purge a lot of stuff, and I had a fabulous night. We had a great performance. I had a lot of good time with my friends. I got away from my kids for a little bit, got away from life and all the things that is happening right now, and just enjoyed myself and had fun. And that's kind of a rarity sometimes. It's usually I'm just like working, and I'm noticing that my body and my mind, my higher self are telling me that I need to stop being a workaholic. That's something that I need to stop doing. So anyway, I'm not going to try not to ramble it too much, but I felt like I really needed to share that. I also went through my very first Kudalini experience this past Tuesday that had me really kind of reveal, like I was given so much information, and I was kind of taken into the spiritual realm that I've never ever experienced before in my life. I was able to see energy manifest and then transfer to its desired destination, and the only way I can describe it, it's kind of like Darnie Darko, except I wasn't seeing those little tubes of things. I was just kind of like seeing an aura, and then certain parts of that aura kind of transferring to this desired location. So it's very interesting. It's hard to explain. And then there were so many moments where I was just like, am I gonna die? Because I feel like I'm not quite in my body. And at the same time, I feel like I'm almost in a dream state. But I read up into it and saw that that's kind of what happens. But it was interesting because once I was able to kind of detach myself from my body and stuff, I didn't feel the burden of things that I normally would feel burdened with, if that makes any sense. More like, just like things that I was worried about on this realm, in this level, were not affecting me quite so much and my mind. Like, I could feel like everything was going to be fine, that these things were so petty, which was a great feeling, because I honestly cannot say that I've ever felt that way about anything. I've always been a worrier. And so to feel that feeling, like, of just security, that everything's going to be fine, was great. And even pushed into the next day on while I was working, and I thought, wow, I feel like this great energy all through me. I feel like I'm in the vortex. I feel like I'm aligned to where I'm supposed to go. And I feel like I'm being led in so many different ways by the universe. Being Hispanic and Chicano, you're taught, I was taught lots of ways, religious wise, to be Catholic, or in some cases not even believe in a religion at all. But looking into my culture and my ancestors, we're indigenous, and we believed in goddesses and gods and the earth, and we were protectors of the earth. And to be able to get back to that point where I almost feel when it's about to rain, or when it's about to get colder, or when I can listen to the trees and know that the earth is crawling out to us to heal it, and know, and just have that knowing, is really beautiful to me, because I feel like I'm honoring my ancestors. And it being so close to Samhain, I think that's very important at this time right now, that we think about stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the reading, because I see that I'm running out of time. So I'm trying not to make it too long. And I'm going to pull 7 cards for the week. I'm going to come back next week with a equinox reading. But for right now, I am going to shuffle. And I bought a new deck. I was kind of led to get a new deck. I was like, I gotta go get this deck. What would you like? And the deck I'm using is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I don't know if you can see it, because there we go. There we go. Guidance cards, Oracle cards, Doreen Virtue. This is a very beautiful deck. I did a reading for a client recently, and the energy, I was really led to use this deck because I felt like I needed to tap into the divine goddess energy within me. So I'm doing so by using these cards to tap into the goddess help. So I've prayed over these cards, and I'm going to pick 7 and see what they say. For the week of, I could see, the week of September 18th. And let's see, I'm going to look at my calendar because sometimes I just don't remember. So we're going to do it for the week of September 18th through September 24th. Okay. So the first card I picked, this is, the first card that I picked is, this is the goddess Ixchel, which, Ixchel, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is the medicine woman. This is a Aztec goddess. She is letting us know that You are a channel for divine healing power. Isn't that beautiful? And I really love this card because it definitely just kind of played into what I just said about my heritage. The earth is calling for us to heal it. I don't know exactly what's going on, why there's so many twin flames being reunited, why there's so many going on. But if you turn on the TV and you see things like the pipelines bursting, protests against it by many indigenous people that are coming together to protect the earth. Earth is calling us. And I feel like this is what the big event is. Our earth calling us. Our home calling us and saying, we have the power to heal. We have the power to heal. And I feel like this is going to be a big thing this week. And as you can see, you see her, she's got her hands up and she's invoking her energy, her divine healing energy, and doing so by invoking her energy, she is making environmental magic happen, basically elemental magic. So that's super important. So the next card is the Butterfly Maiden, which is transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I feel like a lot of us who have been enlightened recently, who are awakening, we are going through a massive translation. Keep trying to get here. So we've been seeing this massive butterflies everywhere.